changes. And this was the varsity hall that has been upgraded to the new conference hall. And today I'll be interviewing the student leaders of Maasai Mara University. What will they say about this? Don't miss to subscribe on Mara Diaries. I'm your host, Sereti Patrick. And today it's going to be hot. We all know that leadership adds value to any organization, call it an institution. In this case, we are in Maasai Mara University. And today on Mara Diaries, we are bringing you the Student Governing Council, headed by Mr. Simon Raphael, who is the chairperson, Student Governing Council, Maasai Mara University. Welcome, leaders, to our platform. How is the commitment so far since you came to office?
Thank you very much for the question. My name is Simo Raphael, also known as Simo Baba. I'm the president, Maasai Mara University. Since we came into the office, taking over from the former student leadership was not an easy task, since majority of the comrades lost trust with them. So while we came into the office, these comrades thought that we are the same as those people. So first of all, we got a lot of rejection and a lot of critics. But with the time, we started winning their interest. And up to now, we have around 90-something% support from the students. And up to date, we are working together with them. They are fully supporting us, and we are running our activities smoothly. As you can see, from the onset of everything up to today, there have not been quarrels or something to do with fights between student leaders and the normal students. Thank you very much.
Okay, as the saying goes, vitu kwa ground ni different. People are asking out there, like, where is the student leadership? Okay, it was all over the media, we know that, and we don't want to compromise anything, but the other students came out to rebuke the acts of corruption. Why were you quiet?
I want to react to the question. First of all, we are leaders, not politicians. And leaders are those who talk less and act more. It's not a must that we must make a lot of noise once an action or once there's a problem. We find a solution to the problem rather than making a lot of noise, promising people promises that we cannot achieve, or promising people heaven while we cannot attain that one. So according to us, the Student Governing Council of Maasai Mara University, we decided to look at what might bring peace and what might ensure that the activities and the learning processes within the university goes on, and at the same time what people are crying for is also achieved. So we won in both directions. We achieved what the comrades wanted as far as corruption is concerned, and also achieved the peace that ourselves wanted. So it is not just a matter of making a lot of noise, calling press or calling comrades, saying comrades power and all sorts of things that might lead to tainting of the university further and destroying the processes which has been set aside. So that is why we kept silent, but we were not fully silent because we were working under waters so as to achieve whatever thing we were looking for.
Do you ever follow up on matters to do with funds to ensure that funds that are meant to aid the students are not misappropriated in any kind?
Okay, thank you. First and foremost, I'm Cyrus Brigade, the finance director, Musa. First and foremost, also, secondly, I want to just tell you that I normally follow the funds that are actually allocated for students or the comrades of the Maasai Mara University. Simply because if you observe our fee structure, you normally have a state or a quad amount of money that is actually stated for student governing council for Musa account to be used in the events for students in the institution. But for our case, and we are sure I've been making a follow-up, all money provided or allocated for the students, we normally use it appropriately on our own, basing on our plans. So I'm very sure about this, and everything is actually under control.
For all these changes, did you know that these changes are occurring?
You know, before a change comes, there must be a consultation, and as the laws of Kenya requires, the Constitution of Kenya requires that before you come up with a project or a change or a development, you must involve the public. There's something called public participation. So as the representatives of the students' body, we were involved and we were consulted before the changes were made, because we also form part of the institution. So after we were consulted, we interacted with several students. We consulted them about the same before we came up with our decision. So what you need to know is that before any change is made, consultation has to be done.
Are students allowed to use the new conference hall?
I'm Benjamin Cheriot, the entertainment secretary. Students are allowed, but they are given an opportunity to hire and to pay for it, because that one is an income generating facility for the institution.
Yes, students are allowed to use the conference hall. So for the students, because the conference hall is both for the students and for the public, the general public outside there. So for the students, they have to apply through Dean of Students' Office. Then the letter is taken to the Register Administration, is when the permission can be granted. But in the case of students applying for the same, the administration, what we discussed with them is that they will hire it to the students at the lowest rate, a subsidized rate, as compared to those who are hiring from outside.
Now, when it comes to hiring, where will the students get the money?
It will depend with the negotiation skills of these students who are applying. Because if they approach the Dean of Students rightfully, I think they shall be allowed to use the conference hall for free. Because students don't have that large amount of money to hire for that hall. And meanwhile, we shall be using another alternative to conduct our activities as students. And I think it shall be spacious enough, and it is spacious enough to accommodate all of the activities that students might involve in.
What is your view about the students who are expelled from this institution?
I'm Patrick Mereru, the Secretary General Musa. From my point of view, we can't say they didn't deserve, and at the right, and also at the same time, we can't say they deserved it. The reason why I'm saying this is simply because, you see, those students were not expelled without a reason. And those other ones, most of them, maybe some of them have been expelled, and on another hand, some of them have also been suspended. So for those who are expelled, usually before you are expelled, the reasons lying behind your expulsion are always weighed. You know, you can't just be taken to a court and be crucified without knowing all the reasons. So there are always reasons behind everything. We can't say they were suspended illegally. You know, before that suspension or that expulsion is done, there are rules which guide whatever that is being done. As the Secretary General Musa, I just wrote a letter the other day to the chairman disciplinary committee so that those students who are expelled, maybe their cases can be heard again and another option to be given to them.
Have you followed up to see that comes to...
It's just that last week that I wrote it, and therefore I'm waiting for in the meantime, I'll be waiting for the feedback.
So for our case or for our instance, when the Secretary General actually done so, or as the Student Governing Council, I am very sure you have also observed some few students who are bringing back their appeals, so that the cases will be listened back also at the Senate. So the process is actually going on well for those who actually feel like they should draw their appeal and defend their cases. Thank you.
Anything you would like to let the students know?
Thank you so much. I'm Betty Awino. I'm the Secretary Health. Something that the students should know, that I want to tell the students is that, something that has been happening of late, what do you call it, guys? The Mara haste. Students expect that we should do a lot. Like, for example, they expected that maybe we are going to call for a demonstration, and that is something. If we call for a demonstration, is that going to help us? It's not going to help, right? So something that students should know is that as we are seated here, we are also students. We cannot just go to the offices and say no. It's something that it's behind us. We can't just do it. So something that students should know and put in their mind is that we cannot do things as they expect. Otherwise, there are consequences in anything that we do.
Bernard Wambo. I'm the Secretary Academic Affairs and also the Chief Editor of Maasai Mara University Student Association. Firstly, let me start by the issue of results. We have had some achievements, even if not that big. Firstly, we used to have our results within an indefinite period of time. Like, we don't know when we expect our results. But currently, before we start each academic year, you have your transcript and you're able to confirm the units that you have failed, so that you may make arrangements on how you are going to redo them or reset them. On the issue of missing marks and the related issues to do with examinations, I would like to say that it has not been easy to try to streamline the system, but I can say that I'm trying my level best to ensure that that issue comes to an end, because I've been working too closely with the departments and the various schools that we have in Maasai Mara University to ensure that, to find ways in which we can curb this issue of missing marks. And currently, there's this system of, if you have issues with the missing marks, there's somewhere you go to register your case or your complaint, then it is followed to ensure that your marks are retrieved from wherever they are. I'm trying to look at this issue in a bigger picture, whereby we are going to involve all the senior officers, that's the academic division, to know what is the root of this issue, who is propagating this issue. Is it the students? Is it the lecturers? Or who is really causing this mess? So that we may find a lasting solution that we are going to rejoice all of us. But I can say, meanwhile, the issue has improved. The issue of dealing with these missing marks has improved from the previous ways in which it used to be handled.